right, looks like we're live. I'll give maybe just like another minute before we get started to
sure.
Yeah, see if Gia can join us real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never streamed like this before, so.
Me neither.
Yeah.
And my son is already knocking at the door.
Oh no. Hello, Lyrical Nari. Rosé Forêt.
Okay, give me just a minute.
Okay. Let me see if I can get a little more light in here. Is that better or worse? Just a little bit. Yay, thank you for tuning in.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Oh, I can see the comments now. Okay.
Yeah,
there are people
cool.
here.
Yay. All right, why don't we get started, and then Paige, you and I can just like introduce ourselves when we get to that slide, and then
Sure.
Hopefully Gia will get here.
Oh.
All right. Share. Screen share. You present. All right. How's that?
Looks good to me.
Okay. Let's see if I can pull. Yay. Okay, cool. I can still see what's going on. All right. Well, welcome everybody to our Kawaii Mamas panel. We pulled this together kind of quickly, but we were hoping we could share some tips and a little bit about our experiences being in J fashion and Lolita and Kawaii culture, and experiencing that through pregnancy and motherhood. Here's our panelists for today. I invited Paige and Gia to participate as well because I'm a new mom. My daughter's only 7 months old, and I'm still very, very slowly like getting back into all the stuff I was doing before having a baby. But I can speak to the pregnancy part, so I was going to share that experience. Yeah, I live in Japan right now, so I'm like away from all my family. So it's actually been pretty hard having a baby here during a pandemic and without anybody to help. So, we actually had to hire someone to help, which has eased a little bit of the stress. But, this is a rare day of me wearing makeup and getting dressed up. I don't really do it often anymore. Yeah, so I guess I'll hand it off to Paige if you want to do a little bit of an intro.
Oh, sure. My name is Paige. I have a kiddo who's almost 5 years old now, and I did J fashion Lolita like before I had him, and then I kind of ramped it up as he grew older. As he grew up, then I could dress more. So that's kind of my experience. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Ping Gia one more time. We'll also center the link. Okay, so I'll just do a short intro for Gia. Hopefully she can join us and give her insight. She is, I feel like, more like a veteran when it comes to dressing up her babies. And she always has really cute pictures. She has 2 kids, and she's definitely a veteran in the fashion and also, her her kid is older like yours, Paige. So yeah, she has a lot of experience, and then I'm sure it changes when you're juggling 2 kiddos. So
Yeah.
I was hoping she could share a little bit about that. Right. So here's the topics that we were thinking we would cover. It's going to be kind of loose. I do have a whole presentation, but feel free to like comment about whatever you're most interested in, or we can like pause on certain topics and like expand if you have questions. It definitely wanted this to be more of a discussion, and hopefully share some pictures and share a little bit of info about all these different, like, I guess, parts. I don't know. Yeah, so the first one we're going to talk about is pregnancy. I know wearing J fashion with like your changing body can be difficult. So I was going to share what worked for me and like share some pictures of like my whole pregnancy. Because I have all of those. And then I got a lot of pictures from other Lolitas who have children. So we'll share like lots of different examples of wearing J fashion and Lolita through pregnancy. And then talk about the postpartum experience, which is very difficult, I feel like, for me. I know it's different for everybody, but sometimes it's really difficult. Sometimes, you might feel great afterwards. But you really need to take care of yourself and give yourself time to like ease back into, feeling like yourself pre-baby. And then the third one is going out or going to meetups. I think the 3 of us haven't really done many like big public meetups with, like, I definitely haven't with kids, but there's a lot of fun things you can do just like with your kid alone, not going into like the larger community. And that can be like a great like fun thing for you to do with your kid and like bond and dress up. And, when I go out to run errands, I will sometimes try to match me and Lilith's outfits, even if it's not like, getting fully done up. And then the 4th is just kind of where I threw a lot of different things that I think might be interesting to you. Some shops that I shop at for kids stuff, like in Japan and in the US, and some books that I found like for kids crafts that I thought were really cute. And I was also going to share some tips about when you have a kid in Japan, for people who might want to travel to Japan. I think in my experience, I've seen a lot of people who act like it's very difficult to travel with children in Japan, but Japan is like really child friendly. So if that is something you're thinking about, I wanted to share some tips and things that might help you when travel eventually resumes. That is. Yeah. All right, so let's jump right into it. So here's the pregnancy section. We have Gia here. She's 8 months pregnant in AP, which I think AP for me was like the most generously sized out of like the dresses that I had. I still had some dresses from them that fit while I was pregnant. I outgrew a lot of them right away, though. Yeah, so some things to think about when you're dressing up during pregnancy. I think comfort is kind of the key here, because you're not just like the clothes fitting, but like your body might be uncomfortable in ways you've never experienced before. Yeah, I think just in general, going for stuff that has shirring or elastic waists, empire waist, baby doll dresses, of course, comfortable shoes, although that is different things for different people. I was able to wear some like slightly, like slightly platform sandals, which were pretty comfortable for me. But near the end of my pregnancy, the only shoes that I fit in were some sneakers. And a petticoat. I think petticoat is optional when you're pregnant. I mean,
oh, for sure.
I don't think I could have gotten one on.
I always called when I wore Lolita pregnant, I called like my belly bump like that was my petticoat, or I would wear like a very, very small petticoat underneath just to give like some poof, but I really didn't need it, nor did I want it. So
yeah. Just I think as you get bigger and grow, you don't want a lot of things on your belly. So baby doll Lolita dresses are like pretty perfect for that. And I found like a lot of things that had elastic waists, I could just kind of pull it up over the bump.
Oh, okay.
Even if it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, you just like recreate a dress your own way.
Yeah. And then I think other things to keep in mind. I was pregnant in Japan during the summer, which is very hot and very, very humid. So it was incredibly uncomfortable, like wearing anything. So I would always have a parasol and a fan and water and those types of things to keep yourself comfortable while you're out and about. Yeah. Oh, and this lovely picture is Ashlyn. She gave us a lot of great pictures. I feel like she has like this perfect aesthetic, mom aesthetic.
It's very cute.
Yeah. Then this is her 6 months pregnant. So she was still fitting some AP. I don't know, Paige, do you want to add anything else?
I just remember when I was pregnant, there were times where I would be invited to things and I would want to go. But your body is going through so many different changes, and I would have to cancel just because I really wasn't comfortable, like with what I looked like and how I was feeling. So just like, I don't know, be reasonable and patient with yourself when you're pregnant and wanting to dress up. Like you may want to dress up, but your body is not feeling it, and you need to listen to that and take care of yourself first.
Yeah, that is so true.
And I think, especially if you're going out with friends in Lolita, they will totally understand if you decide like, hey, I want to see you guys, but I don't want to dress up. Maybe you could, you could still go, but maybe do something a little bit more casual or comfortable.
Yeah. And I'm going to talk about some, I guess, more casual brands, more J fashion, streetwear type stuff, because Lolita was not working with me like that late in my pregnancy, which I will show you. Yeah, I feel like Lolita's uncomfortable enough. I would be in full kigurumi. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and your friends will totally understand. And I did. So it took me a while to get pregnant when I was trying, and so I didn't want to publicly announce it until I was like sure, everything was good. But I did kind of tell people as I saw them, so that they knew like, oh, I'm not, as far as I was comfortable with, like, I'm not flaking out on all these things. It's just, I literally only want to sleep and eat.
Yep.
or I can't eat anything right now. Like all food is disgusting. And I think your friends will really understand. Yeah, so I definitely feel that. I was, definitely skipping a lot of events just because, it was really tiring. I was working full time at the time. I got lucky that I was able to work from home pretty early on since my office allowed that due to the pandemic, which otherwise I would have been having to commute on the train and walking and, being even more tired
Right.
while I was pregnant. Okay, well, going on, some brands, I guess, that I think worked for me, or Gia or Paige, just let me know worked for them. As I said, Angelic Pretty. I think Angelic Pretty can be like just on either end of the spectrum. Some of the older dresses I have fit great and like fit me while I was pregnant. A lot of the high waist with like the fully shirred back fit really well while I was pregnant. But I have some AP that like I can barely get into when I'm not pregnant. So, like I'm sure if you're familiar with buying Lolita, you are, you know to look at the measurements and that kind of thing. And hopefully some of the examples will show can give you an idea of what kind of dresses to look for. And Meta has a good line of, like stretchy, high-waisted stuff that works. Innocent World now has like multiple sizes with a lot of releases. And I love that they're doing longer dresses. That's the other thing to consider is length. A lot of my AP, while it fit, I wouldn't have felt that comfortable going out of the house in it with how short my belly made it.
Right.
And then Alice and the Pirates. I don't know. Was that you, Paige, that mentioned that to me?
Yeah, well, my friend Holly has this one style that is great. It's a very high-waisted cut with the full back shirring. So probably similar to Angelic Pretty, but it's like this one style that I think is just perfect for someone who wants to, grow the belly, be comfortable.
And some smaller brands, Physical Drop here in Japan. She makes really great dresses that are will fit you, I think, during different phases of your pregnancy. And then Sweet Mildred, was that your recommendation too, Paige?
Yeah, she makes this really great like full shirred style where it's like one elastic channel around the waist, and it's very roomy, very stretchy, and then she has like full elasticated sleeves too, so it's just like different sections. It's very comfortable, and I think that it will grow really well with a changing body too. So it's really good. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, speaking of the sleeves, I've noticed when I've been out shopping on some of the newer Meta releases, their OPs have like adjustable sleeve cuffs, which I thought was really great with some elastic on them, which I hadn't seen previously, but I normally stay away from OPs because they don't fit me, so maybe it's just been there and I didn't know. But yeah, so that made me interested in maybe that would be something that would work for me. And then I think Gia mentioned Bodyline and Fan Plus Friend have, I know just in general, they've always offered a larger amount of sizes. And that has worked for me for some brands. Just buying a bigger size has worked while I was pregnant. And then I wanted to talk about some of the kind of casual and streetwear brands. In this picture here, I'm wearing Samantha Moss 2, which has become one of my favorite brands because it's totally casual, but it works really well with some Pink House stuff. I've been able to layer it and it goes really well. Their underskirts are great. They have like fully shirred elastic skirts that fit like right over I could pull it up to right under my boobs, so it like went over the baby bump perfectly. And then this dress fit me my entire pregnancy. This picture was actually taken on my due date. Which we missed. So I was very large at that point. And then I can still wear the dress after pregnancy, which I think is one thing that I didn't want to buy too many maternity clothes because then you store them away and you don't touch them either ever again or
I hated buying maternity clothes. I would much rather buy something that could stretch and like grow and then kind of shrink back and just be comfortable the whole way through.
So another streetwear, or not streetwear, but casual brand, Pink House, which I mentioned, their stuff is really loose and flowy in the sizing, so it works well while you're pregnant. And then my favorite streetwear brand, Milk Fed. If you follow me at all on Instagram, I'm always wearing Milk Fed. I'll show in maybe the next couple slides. Like I had one dress from there. I just bought it in every color, and it was like the majority of what I wore during the end of my pregnancy. Punyus, really another good streetwear brand that they are casual streetwear. They do multiple sizes, so you can get things like that are oversized and comfy and cute with like fun prints. And then Gelato Peak, surprisingly, they're like pants and sweaters, like the pullovers a lot of times are small for me, but they make really great flowy dresses that aren't just for sleeping. So that might be a good option. Oh, yes. And as we were talking about earlier, I kind of got off of my slide notes.
That's okay.
But, yeah, we kind of talked about this earlier rather than on the slide, but when you're out and you're pregnant, you definitely need to make sure you take care of yourself. I would usually only be able to go out for maybe like a couple hours before, like 1 or 2 hours of like being out and doing stuff before I needed to like sit down and like have something to eat or have something to drink, just take a break. It'd be really nice to just sit at a cafe for a little while. Sometimes I'd go out with my husband and I would go into like when stuff had like opened back up for a bit here, when things were like, when Japan thought everything was fine for like a month or two this summer or last summer. I went into like a little solo karaoke booth and did karaoke by myself while my husband was out.
That's
and
adorable.
Then we met back up. Yeah. So it's nice. Like you can take some time either with the people that you're with or like go off on your own and like just rest for a minute and meet back up. Yeah, my energy windows are really short. I had to take a lot of naps.
Yes.
But I would get some like big bursts of energy where I'm like, I want to do something. I want to go out.
Yeah, you get that burst of energy, but then you need to like also take it easy. Be like, okay, I have this energy, but I know it's going to be spent up really quickly.
Yeah.
So I need to use it wisely.
All right. So now I have some great examples of Lolita wearing Lolita while pregnant. This is Ivy Frozen. You can find her IG at Ivy Frozen. I tried to put these in order. So she's been pregnant twice. So yeah, I had her send me like what she was wearing and kind of break it down. So some of the brands she has on are Angelic Pretty, dresses from her brand, Ivy Frozen Productions, Metamorphose, and Enchantic and Chantilly. Enchantlic. So I didn't realize it was spelled with an L there until I was making this.
Yeah, it's one of those words that you read and don't say.
Yeah. Yeah, so she has a lot of different kind of styles and dresses, and I think kind of how I was mentioning, having like the waistline like right up under your bust so it goes over your belly. And if you make dresses like she does, then that is a great thing to do. Although my energy levels were very low, I thought I was going to do all sorts of like making cute clothes, but I made one thing that I didn't end up wearing. Yeah.
Yeah, I made a couple dresses while I was pregnant because I was also learning to sew and practicing. So I thought it would be a great idea to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we could talk more about that later. So thank you, Ivy, for giving me those photos. Okay, and so I did my photos since I have the dates for everything and I was able to see. So this was the early time when I wasn't really telling a lot of people that I was pregnant, and almost right off the bat, like the first 4 weeks, most of my AP was like out the window because my bust was the first thing to grow. And that's where my dresses are the most questionable fit. But I did have some that still fit, luckily. And I could kind of layer things to like hide, like my pink house dress here. I think the buttons were a little bit tight. Oh, we have a comment from Holly. This is the Alice in the Alphabet Labyrinth.
That's
JSK.
the one I was talking about. That style.
Yeah. It's great when you find a dress that's like just works really well. Yeah, so I was wearing all sorts of like various J fashion stuff. Most of this was just taken to go out for like an hour or two, or I just stayed home. Like I think some were for online meets. Yeah, and so another brand that I wore, Mary Jenny, it's a cute like J fashion brand. They have a lot of stuff that's like stretchy, so it worked well for a little while I was pregnant. This Petite Heart AP JSK, my favorite one while I was pregnant. I just extended the straps a little bit with some elastic, so it fit really well, and I could like, put the seam, the waist seam, like right on where my bump was starting. But I'm not that pregnant in this picture, so yeah, it's not, you can't really tell. Oh, but the other thing, I guess you were kind of speaking to this, Paige, was that you might feel more pregnant than you are early on, because your body is changing so much, and like things just get really uncomfortable really quickly. Yeah, I don't know if you want to talk any more to that, but if not, that's fine.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just that like when you put on your same dresses and they fit differently, I don't know, you see your body changing, and like, I don't know, I had a really hard time while I was pregnant and trying to dress up, but I still tried. But I would just feel uncomfortable in them because they didn't fit the same way as they did. So it's something that I definitely had to learn to love, like, you know, as I grew bigger, was just that, you know, accepting that my body was getting bigger and my clothes are just going to be fitting differently was kind of a struggle.
Yeah. I do think in this, like the phase that I have here for me, the 9 to like 22 weeks was that same feeling, because you're not really showing yet. So it's not obvious that you're pregnant. You just kind of feel gross and your stuff doesn't fit.
Yeah.
But then as I got bigger, I started feeling a little bit better. I think the 3rd trimester was really great for me. The hormones just like really agreed with like how my body naturally wanted to be, or like, I don't know. It just felt like I was at my best self, which was really, really nice. A lot of AP didn't fit. This AP dress, I think the Dreamy Negligee, that one's pretty like good on me. Like normally when I'm not pregnant, it's one of my best fitting dresses, but here was like very tight. And so that was the last time I wore that one. The Sweetie Violet, I pulled out quite a bit for like online meetups and stuff. So I really like that one, but this was, I think, the last time I wore Lolita, which was probably around 35 weeks, something around that. And then here's my milk-fed dress that I just kind of lived in. And I would just try to find different ways to like coordinate it with different cardigans and hairstyles or like hair bands, which is like, oh, and these are my fake bangs, which I've loved because I decided not to dye my hair at all while I was pregnant, which it was nice. It covers up my roots. Yeah, and then I got some dresses from Taobao for my maternity shoot because I really wanted to do maternity photos. I wanted to have maternity photos, but I wasn't that motivated to do them. But I'm so glad that I ended up doing them. So the tiredness was like really setting in at that point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then this last picture, I'm wearing a Gelato Peak, like kind of nightgown dress that just was very flowy and full of tears. So yeah. Oh, we got some comments that I was missing. So Sweet Mildred is recommended. And then Holly says, excited to wear my Sweet Mildred dresses when I eventually get pregnant. Great. That's great to hear a recommendation for that brand. All right. Okay. And then some photos that Rune Tynell sent me. Definitely follow her Instagram. She just had her baby. I was going to ask her for more info, but I know she's busy at home with a 2-week-old. So I didn't want to burden her. But she has really cute fashion and really nice like mom lifestyle posts. So I really recommend checking out her Instagram. Yeah, right now there's cute baby stuff. So that's all. I didn't really like babies before having a baby, but now I'm like all about babies. So.
Same. Yeah, I wasn't all that into kids until I had my own. So yeah.
But I do know that she wears a lot of Samantha Moss. We've kind of bonded over that brand. It's super comfy, lightweight, great for summer. And I think I know she also wears like Liz Lisa and things like that. Which I'm not sure what the brand is on the left, but I thought it was really cute and a good example of like kind of wearing a shorter dress while being pregnant, because that's something that I had trouble with. All right. Okay. So moving on to postpartum. We got this lovely image from Ashlyn. Her Instagram is It's Vanilla Bear, or her like more mom focused one is dreaming.vanilla. Yeah, so we'll talk a little bit. I think I took a lot of time on that first part, so maybe I'll try to speed it up. I didn't think I would talk so much. Yeah, so time management, easing back into hobbies after childbirth, and then maybe a little bit dressing up your kids. Yeah, I just really loved this picture, and we use those same bottles for Lilith. So I like how they're matching. Not totally like, they're matching colors, not just like the exact matching outfit, which is kind of more doable, I think, when you got a young baby.
Right.
Yeah, and then this one I thought was adorable too, so I just used her 2 pictures. With the little ice cream hat that matches.
I know, it's so cute.
So I actually, when I was in the throes of like, having a baby and like, will I ever get back to normal? Will things ever be how they were before I had a baby? I remember talking to you, Paige, and asking you, I think you did like a Q&A, and I asked you kind of like how you managed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a daunting task. Did you want me to talk about it?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, it is not easy. And I think the biggest advice I can give is to be patient with yourself. And I don't know, just it's really hard to accept like your new normal. And then like, even in this pandemic, we've been adjusting to like a new normal, and it's really hard for people. And I would definitely think that's kind of similar to becoming a new mom. It's just, life isn't going to be the same as it was before. So what I did was getting back into my hobbies was I would take like one project that I had in mind, and I would break it up into the tiniest of things. So like when I was working on a sewing project, I would say like, okay, baby's down for a nap. I'm going to go sew this one stitch. And like, that was going to be the one thing that I get done, and just be okay with that. You're going to get like smaller amount of things done. And then like dressing up, sometimes you just need that little confidence boost of like, okay, I want to dress up, but I don't have the energy for it. So what I would do a lot of times was I would just like start putting together outfits in my wardrobe and be like, okay, does this work together? And I would just kind of spend like that nap time putting together outfits just for myself. And I really grew to love like that process of like putting together coordinates. And it's very therapeutic to me now. So I do that all the time when I just have like some time to myself. Yeah. I don't know. Is there any more you want me to say?
Oh, no, that's great. That's great.
Okay.
I was checking to see if I got a message from Gia. It'd be great if she could join, but I know things come up being a mom.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still in the phase where like my baby goes down for a nap and I'm like, my thing is I want to get a workout in maybe, or I want to cook a meal. So those are a lot of the things that I focus on. The thing that I've eased back into so far is doing kind of content creation. And I don't know how many, I'm sure, everyone uses social media a lot these days. So yeah, maybe that's something that's easier to get back into. I would strap on my baby in her carrier, and she'd usually fall asleep and nap that way. And I could maybe do like some filming, just with my phone, set up the tripod, or just like use my phone. Sometimes I do some like straightening or cleaning or decorating. But it definitely is harder. It's kind of a workout in itself when you're carrying around my baby is she's pretty big already. So like 20-pound baby. Yeah. So just, finding like a time or a way to really slowly ease back in. Lilith really liked to, I guess when she was napping, like when she was really young, I had a lot of postpartum anxiety. So it was really hard for me to like put her down for a nap and like leave or not be near her, you know?
Yeah.
And she didn't really like sleeping, taking her naps in the bassinet. She liked being up on the couch in the living room near me. So I had like a little bed for her set up, and I would sit on the couch and play on my phone or message people or do things like that during her nap times. Read about babies because I was like, there's all this stuff I didn't know. That was like my early months. And then we did have some helpers coming, which was, it would have been really great if I had some like family nearby. That I think if you have family that can help you, it's easier. It can be easier for you to take some time for yourself. My husband was really great though. He, you know, early on, he would want to give me that time, like, oh, you should go out, you should get some time away. But it would be hard for me to like even be away from her. And a lot of times my thing that was like going out or doing for myself would be, I want to go get my lashes done or something like that, where I could like lay and relax with my eyes closed. Or sometimes I would be like, can you watch her for an hour? I just want to take a nap. Yeah, that would be my me time, would be napping. There was a lot of sleep deprivation in those early months. But now at 7 months, we're getting like a good groove, a good routine. I can, if she's kind of going through a little phase right now where she's very clingy, but sometimes I could set her down in her playpen and she'll play, and I could do my makeup or put together an outfit. And a lot of times she's entertained by talking to my parents on video chat, which is nice.
That is nice.
Yeah. So I think somebody in one of the other Lolita moms, she showed me, I don't think I put the picture in here, but she had her baby in a carrier on her back while doing her makeup.
Oh, okay.
So that's another thing you can do while you're, like trying to get ready and do something. I kind of skip the makeup, which is why I like to get my lashes done. So most of the time when I go out, I just put on some sunscreen and wear a mask, like going to get groceries. But I'll try to like maybe coordinate our outfits a little bit. So I'll, I do her bottle and then I give her, so I wait till she wakes up from her nap and then we do her next feeding. And then after she's, happy, she slept, she's had her bottle, she'll play on the ground for a little bit on her playpen. And then that's when I get all of the stuff ready to go. I get myself dressed, I get her diaper bag together, I get the stroller set up, and then I get her dressed last thing, change her diaper, get her dressed, and then we'll go out. So it's kind of like this system that I've found works for us. But early on, like anything could throw a wrench into that. So, you definitely have to build in a lot of time when you're like alone taking care of a baby and trying to like get something done or go somewhere. She might be extra cranky. She might not go down for a nap. She might throw up on herself right after you've changed her. So I think, like Paige said, really being gentle to yourself.
Yeah.
And then I have some pictures of Paige dressed up with Damien. I don't know if you want to talk about any of these.
Oh, sure. So my kiddo has, he has his own sense of fashion. And even from a young age, it would be hard to dress him up in any fun stuff. I think he did dress up in like little button-ups sometimes, but he would quickly make those dirty. So I don't know. Especially here, he's a bit older. So these are probably, he's probably 4 here. Well, early, 3, 4, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, but he, once he started getting to this age, he really loved the interaction of like me getting dressed up, and he loved like watching me get dressed and like kind of helping me get dressed. Like I would come out and ask for my husband's opinion of like, oh, do you like this? And my son was the immediate one to be like, oh yeah, that's really cute, Mom. Yeah.
Cool. And
yeah.
Here's some other ones.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the one on the left with the door, that one, he's 2 or 3. So it was when he was younger. That was the only meetup that I took him to, like a big public meetup. That was at the I don't know if you know Portland, but it's the Pittock Mansion. So it's this big like historic mansion, and there's a beautiful garden. And we had like a big meetup where we just, hang out on the garden and walk around. So that was a good time to bring Damien with me. I also had my husband, so he was with me to kind of wrangle him because he was always on the go. Like he would not be the kid to sit still. He still isn't. So this was me trying to get like a quick photo with him there.
It's cute.
Yeah, he loved it though. He loved seeing everybody dressed up, and everybody at the meetup was really nice about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, the middle ones. He's very he can be pretty clingy when he just wants like Mom's attention. So that was just, we were trying to take a quick photo and he was really clingy. He just wanted to hold me, which I think is adorable. And now, so the one on the very right is just recent, like a couple weeks ago. So that's the most recent photo. And now, like when I take photos on my own, like at home, he will want to be a part of it. So he wants to take some photos with Mommy, or he wants like his own photos, which I think is really cute.
Oh, I just saw a question come in, Paige. You can probably talk to this.
Oh, sure.
What does he think of your fashion?
Oh, he loves it. He will come in if I'm like, doing my me time of like, putting together an outfit or something. He wants to pick out an outfit now. He'll like want to do like a flat lay for me. He'll like pick out the dress and the blouse and everything. Yeah, he loves it, but he doesn't want to dress up himself. So that's the only thing, is that I don't really have any like Mommy and me photos that are like real cutesy and dressed up, because he has his own sense of fashion, but he likes dressing me up. So I think that's really cute.
Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, my daughter's too young, so she does not have any opinion other than like she can grab
Oh
things.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like this is something that I would never wear when I'm taking care of her.
Mm-hmm.
I always have my hair all the way pulled back when it's mom time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No dangly earrings, which I love dangly earrings, so I'll be glad when I can wear those again. Yeah, and so I have some pictures of Gia and her kids, Z and Lou. She always does really cute. She gets her kids to dress up, and I think she probably got called away on mom duty, so couldn't make it today, or at least not yet. But yeah, she somehow gets them to dress up. Definitely follow her on Instagram, Gia_Stardust. I'm sure she'd be happy to answer any questions over there while she, yeah. Oh, and I really love this picture with the kind of rainbow
so
with the
cute.
balloons. Yeah, that's adorable. Okay, and then here's my level of dressing up right now with a 7-month-old. I wear a lot of milk fed, the Samantha Moss. I just kind of try to coordinate our colors because she has no say or opinion right now. So, I just try to do some like pastel little hoodie with her to match my hoodie. And then the second one, I did some florals, and we're both wearing kind of like brownish. And then pink. We have a lot of pink stuff. And I have this very stylish carrier, but I ended up switching to the more ergonomic one because when I go out with her, I'm usually, and I have her in the carrier, she's in the carrier for like a long time because we take the train and things like that. So yeah, I ended up having to switch to the less kawaii one. but I think it's still cute. It works. I got a nice blue color. Yeah, and then here's some more photos that were submitted by other Lolita moms.
Oh,
we have some Cherry Tea Girl 313 on Instagram. She has this picture of her, and then a family picture, and then we have U.M.Cause, U.M.Cause. That's an adorable picture. Yep, and then this is Lolita Mummy. She had a lot of really great ones, and I think in this one here, she's actually breastfeeding while she's out. She was able to make that work, which is, she said at first it was like a little weird, but I think there was somebody else there breastfeeding. I'm trying to remember the story. So it was, it's fine. And that's actually something that I can't really talk that much about. I wasn't able to breastfeed, which was like a huge thing for me, confidence-wise, and like feeling like I was a failure a little bit. And it definitely made those early months extra hard. The fact that breastfeeding just didn't work out for us when I wanted it to so badly. But, in the end, you got to do what's best for your baby. And, formula, she loved it, and she's thriving, and she's great. So, I had to set my ego aside.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's something else you have to worry about. If you're breastfeeding, that's a whole other set of challenges. Wearing things that those first months when I was doing it, I actually ended up pumping more than breastfeeding because it was like such a problem. But having things that you could pull down like almost instantly.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, and then here's another one from Ashlyn, and then some more from Ivy Frozen. Some little coordinated outfits. They're very adorable. Yeah. And as the kids get older, I guess you can dress them up, even more. But then when they reach a certain age, like Damien, they start having their own opinions.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess cherish it while they're young.
He does. He is starting to get the idea of matching. So like we have like matching t-shirts, so I have to like basically get on his level and he won't get on mine,
Yeah.
But he will do some sort of coordinating outfits if I prompt him, but we'll see. Maybe I can get some cute photos. These are really inspiring.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I have 2 more sections. We're going to just try to zoom through. I think we've kind of touched on this already. And then this is adorable little matching outfit with, from hello.aprilasagi on Instagram. She actually is the one who did my maternity photos, and they turned out so great, and she was such a dream to work with. And if you ever come to vacation in Tokyo and want great family pictures, highly recommend you contact her. That's like her thing. She just does great like kind of in the moment, like out and about sightseeing like pictures. So little plug, because she did such a great job on my maternity photos. Yeah, so we kind of talked about this, like Paige, you mentioned when you went to a meetup, it was kind of out and at a big park, there was space to get away. And honestly, when you first have your baby and your baby's really young, you might not want to go to meetups. You just might want to do stuff with the family, which is also very legitimate. Oh, and then also maybe you can talk about this for like a minute or two. Dressing up might just be your thing. You don't have to include your kids.
Yeah. That was something that I had to kind of separate, was dressing up and like kid time. So like there was mom time and there was dress up time. And that would be my me time, was like going out and seeing my friends and being able to focus on my friends and not have to have my attention pulled from Damien was really important to me. So yeah, it was nice to have that meetup time to go and hang out with friends.
Yeah. So then some child-friendly places just in general, like gardens, parks where you can do picnic, historical landmarks, and then like seeking out specific like bakeries, restaurants, eateries that are kind of more accommodating to kids.
Yeah.
I think, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say that when I when I did dress up and take Damien with me, it was more of a family thing. So I would be dressed up, and then we would all go like to something as a family, and so that way I wasn't trying to have friend time and family time like together. But when I wanted to dress up, I could. It was just a little bit different.
Yeah. And it's been totally different for me having a baby during we're not really having meetups. They did actually have a Tokyo Lolita meetup for International Lolita Day because it was like okay during that time. But I was just not ready to go out and about and try to do that yet. So have yet to attend any. But yeah, we try to get out of the house with Lilith and just go on long walks. I'll go grocery shopping or go run errands at like a place that's maybe like a mile away, and go for a walk with her. And there's a great, I don't know if it's the same in the US, but like the malls here have really great child facilities. There's right now they're closed, but there's usually like a play area for kids. But those are right now they just kind of have the necessity things open, like the changing station and the breastfeeding rooms. But it's very easy to find places to feed and change your babe here, which is really great.
It's not as easy in the US, but I do have some tips for that. So if you're going to a mall with kiddo, I mean, post-pandemic or whatever, when things are open more, my favorite place to go was Nordstrom and their bathrooms. They had like a really nice lounge where I could go and like kind of sit, and it was way calmer and cleaner than like the actual mall bathroom itself. So that was my favorite thing to think about, was if I'm going somewhere, does it have a Nordstrom bathroom I can use? So I would think about where I can change and have some breastfeeding time in private when I go out. So we needed to think about that in the process of planning.
Yeah. And I guess speaking about going out, this has happened to me multiple times where I just get peed on, like while we're feeding, and like the diaper leaks. And I always bring a change of clothes for her, but I normally don't want to lug a change of clothes for me. So, so I'll change her up, but then I have like a wet spot on my dress.
Oh no, yeah.
But usually, like I wear a lot of layers, so it's not that bad, or hide it under the carrier blanket.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So since we only have like 8 minutes left, we'll skip ahead to resources. But like I mentioned, you are welcome to like message us on Instagram if you have any like additional questions. I'm sure we could share on our stories or something like that and boost each other's responses.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk a little bit about buying cute kids clothes. That has been my new hobby since having a baby. This is a cute image from Shirley Temple. I'm really praying that Lilith likes dresses when she gets big enough to choose what she can wear. But honestly, I didn't like them when I was a kid, so it'd be totally fine either way. So I compiled like a little list of some really cute stuff that are just places that I like to shop. Narumiya has like a lot of different Japanese and international brands. Very cute. Like this Miffy collab is from there. They have a bunch of little cute outfits with like Miffy on the butt and like Miffy head hat thing. And I get X-Girl stuff from there. They have baby X-Girl, which I love because I like the normal X-Girl brand. And then my husband wears X-Large. So I've also bought some baby X-Large stuff so that she can coordinate with my husband. And Mickey House is kind of like a fancy higher end Japanese, it's not like super high end, but like for like a little bodysuit onesie is maybe like $30, $40, which is more than I like to spend on baby clothes because they outgrow them very quickly. But I found a lot secondhand on Mercari. So if you like find some kind of brand like that you like in Japan, definitely look on the secondhand sites. Gelato Peak, super cute baby and kids clothes, all the like fuzzy stuff. And then they have coordinating things for adults. So for Christmas this year, I didn't get any pictures, but we bought ourselves like a matching family set for them from their Christmas line. Oh, and I'll share this with all the links. So if you don't get a screenshot, I'll put a link to this in my Instagram, so you can, so you can just like see the slideshow later. And then Aviva just showed me this brand, Yori Babushka, this like blue frilly dress here. It's a handmade brand, which I think would be amazing to dress up a little girl in, or a little boy, whatever, whatever they like. And another shop I end up shopping a lot at is Inu Jirushi. I really love the little Pokemon brand. This is this little Pikachu hat is from, called Mon Poke. So it's like Pokemon Mon Poke. And it's a little bit more expensive, but it makes really great baby gifts because they have little sets and just really adorable like baby Pokemon. And then of course Shirley Temple. And then like a kind of cheaper Japanese store that just has everything is Nishi Matsuya, but even though it's cheaper, it's still like super cute. It's kind of like little versions of like a lot of stuff I see in the fast fashion stores here, so it's still very stylish. And then Access Femme Kids, and they don't have baby stuff there, but for older kids, Access Femme is great. And then here's some of the brands that I've been shopping at in the US, because while I love the Japanese brands, my baby is very American, and Japanese baby brands also don't fit quite right all the time. So I really like Kite Baby, really great basics, solid colors, so you could like just coordinate really easily. And then Ashlyn introduced me to this Kate Quinn, so now I'm like obsessed with that, and that's what this image is from. They come out with new releases all the time and have a lot of different basics and some cute different styles, so a lot of different things you could coordinate. I've fallen in love with this Cat and Jack brand at Target. They have like super cute, so they have really cute kawaii prints, so I highly recommend. I have to like ship it to my parents and have my parents ship it to me here in Japan. And then Baby Gap, Gap Kids, H&M, Pat, and then I like Bonds for sleepwear. I know we only have like 3 minutes left. And I'll share the links to this. These are just some magazines that I bought, or books that I bought to try to get some crafting done, but I have yet to do any yet. Okay, and then, some outfit inspiration. There's some Japanese hashtags that are really good for parent-child coordinates. I don't know if I'll leave it up for a second so you could screenshot, but yeah, I'll share the presentation so you could just copy the text.
Hi, Gia.
Oh, hey, you made it for a second. Oyako Rinku Kode and Oya Kode are two great like places to look at some kind of outfit inspiration. Okay, and then the last slide, which I don't have any time really to talk about, but in Japan, like I mentioned, it's really, really great for having a child. There's clean and beautiful nursing, changing rooms. Hello, Gia? Are you there?
No.
Why
are we having issues?
No. Hotels often have amenities like specifically for babies and kids. So if you're traveling, you should always like inquire what they have. There's temporary hourly daycare available. Some hotels even offer it, and I linked some articles. So when I share this presentation, you can click those and check it out. There's so many children-focused activities and attractions, zoos, gardens, aquariums, theme parks, seasonal outdoor events and displays, cafes, and then you can also get like adorable baby pictures done everywhere. And so I added some pictures of, I can't wait to take Lilith to karaoke. They have little baby rooms and karaoke. And this green area is actually the nursing room that they just added in La Forêt. It's like very stylish, very oshare.
Wow, nice.
So that's it. I think we have like a minute left. I'm sorry, Gia, that I didn't get, or can you hear us now? I think we're still having some technical difficulties. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching and tuning in. Thank you for Paige and Gia for all the stuff you provided for this presentation, and all of the Lolita moms that submitted some pictures. It's so great to share those with people. Anything you want to say, Paige?
Just thank you. If you guys have any questions, you can always just shoot them to Laura, me, or Gia on Instagram. We're happy to talk with you about being a mom, dressing up, anything like that. So
yeah.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.